Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the Goya thing.
Yeah.
So ready.
Are we canceling Goya?
I'm not.
Yo.
But you don't cook, though.
Won't catch me slipping if I'm actually thinking you're acting different. Manic, spitting sounds of manic depressing.
So what's your, you mean nothing.
Bro, it is just, I can't. It's tough, man. I don't think, and it's not like, I think certain things I don't like, if I don't believe in the person or whatever, like there's certain things I think I could cancel, right? Like if I felt like somebody, I don't know, like I can't think of anything I really canceled.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, you know, but I mean, if I hear like the Love Slide, you know, whatever.
I haven't watched the Louis C.K. stand-up.
Yeah, me neither. But
The Love Slide. You gonna jig to it?
yeah, I think I will. Like I don't know.
It's a
catchy tune.
Yeah, it's a catchy
right?
tune. It's a catchy tune.
Right. I definitely like.
Some dude is gonna love sliding into R. Kelly in prison. I'm sorry, I had to make that joke. I'm so sorry.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It is hard for me now to watch Bill Cosby, like the Cosby Show.
For sure.
Very hard. So I can't. I really don't enjoy it. But you know what I do enjoy?
What?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, but the Michael. You know what? There's a different thing with
That's
Michael Jackson.
That's the hard one. Yeah, go ahead.
There's a different thing with Michael Jackson because, and this is not to give an out to Michael Jackson. I just want to be clear because
right.
No matter what you think, whether he did or did not have sex with these children, it is still very, very weird that he was going to sleep with these children.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
It's very fucking weird. But I don't think it's completely grabbed hold. Like, I don't think people know exactly what to believe about the Michael Jackson thing. And I think I'm in that boat. Where this is where I stand. What I just said is like, I don't know if he has sex with these kids. And, you know, people are shaming the victims by saying, well, this person only came forward with money. And while I want to say that that doesn't mean anything to me, it does kind of make me feel a little bit weird about it.
Yeah.
But what I will say, though, again, like I continue to say, the fact people sleeping with these kids is very fucking weird and inappropriate.
Yeah.
And also, like we said about R. Kelly, there's a difference when your art represents your life. I do think you can cancel the artist and keep the art, right? I do believe you can. I have to believe that because I'm an artist and I'm a fuck up. So I have to believe that I can do both of those things. That if I fuck up later, people will still listen to me. Now, I'm not going to go, sleep in beds with little kids or hopefully lock women into hotels that they can't leave and do shit like that. But, people fuck up, right? These are not fuck ups. These are not to equate a fuck up. Just to point that. R. Kelly didn't fuck up. So all right? he didn't do that by accident. He fucked up because he got caught. That's what he fucked up at.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And the thing is, and how many layers do you want to peel that onion? Because you could make, like, R. Kelly was like, I think he was molested.
Yes.
He
also had a very uncomfortable relationship with his mother.
Yeah. No, there was some crazy.
Weird.
He went through some crazy stuff.
Correct.
The thing is, peel it back to that point. Now you have a victim have a victim who then did the same, took the same thing, the same trauma, and put it on other people.
On a lot,
which is a lot of times. What now? I feel like we do that now. Now it's like, oh, okay, come on.
Yeah.
Not the, we're he's a scumbag, and we're like, well, I mean, he's been through, like, you could see that.
Keep the same energy.
Yeah, you got to keep the same energy.
Keep the same energy.
We don't. That's what happened.
Because to your point, is not about keeping the same energy to say R. Kelly is now free of consequence. It's about keeping the same energy to speak about a larger issue that actually exists in poor Black communities. You know what I mean? Which is like the African Bambaataa thing. You know what I mean? Which is fucking mad disturbing. You know what I mean? Like, that's a thing that exists in a lot of poor communities. Yeah. And that's what R. Kelly came from. And
well, the thing is that type of sexual trauma and all that goes, did you hear about Kevin Spacey's childhood?
No.
Horrendous. I don't even know how that guy made his childhood was insane. I'm like, that's how I would breed a monster. basically what I read about how
that's deep
how it was like so abusive and it was insane.
Yeah.
So anywho, back to Goya. Yeah. I think because we were talking about cancel.
Yeah.
I'm not canceling it because he said something, but that the organization as a whole does stuff for the Latino community. Like they're the biggest Latino owned company.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like even if he said something and you're like, okay, we're gonna cancel you, you gotta remember though that employs so many Latinos.
Yep.
Right? That employs a lot of people. Now there's other things you can do besides boycotting everything. Maybe try to have the discussion. Right? You know, be like, yo, why would you do that? Blah, 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 blah. And then look, even if he's like, yeah, okay, Trump, I still think Trump is doing good stuff. Okay, whatever. Is that comment outweighing his good?
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's where we cancel people because they might say something like that. And, you know, basically people are saying Trump is Hitler, right? Which in reality, he's not Hitler. Like, let's be real. He's not Hitler. They call him Hitler all the time. He is not Hitler. People are not going into ovens. Like, come on now. Let's be real. But he has been compared.
Yeah.
So I just
he has beliefs that are Hitler adjacent. Is really what he is. He has beliefs that seem to be Hitler adjacent.
Right. So the thing is, if you have that, like he said that, and I'm like, we're like, okay, we're gonna cancel this whole corporation that has just done tons, you know, that employs, like your one of our biggest assets, we're gonna boycott.
Yeah. Here's the thing. So like at first I was like, yep, fuck Goya.
Yeah.
That was my first reaction. Fuck Goya.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I cook a lot.
Yeah.
But there's a couple issues here. All right, that we as Latinx people need to actually discuss, right? So one, to your point, it's not just that they employ Latinos, they employ people. So if you're, whether it's black, white, brown, it doesn't matter. If you cancel Goya, there's a big ass Goya factory next to the Five Below factory in South Jersey. When I had to go train Five Below for my day job, and I said, damn, this big ass Goya joint, right?
Right.
Guess what? There are temporary employees that work in there that are getting paid minimum wage, getting paid underpaid, and you're gonna, if you boycott Goya, you're putting that entire warehouse out of business because of the CEO. The CEO doesn't represent all the people. How many people, how many companies have you worked at that you actually even know the CEO that works there?
Right.
So when you cancel Goya, you take you're taking an opportunity to put a lot of people out of work that need jobs.
Yeah.
Now there are ways that you can do it, right? I don't know, I'm not smart enough to say this, but it's really forcing shareholders and stuff like that to confront this person and remove him. That's what you do. Are we going to cancel the United States because of Donald Trump? You know what I mean? That's not an option. There's not an option here. You feel me? Fuck Donald Trump. Cancel him and cancel that administration. But you're going to cancel me because Donald Trump is the CEO of America? It don't make sense, right?
Yeah.
But fuck that guy. All right? Fuck his beliefs. Because here's the problem. Here's the actual
Goya guy?
Yeah, Goya guy.
Okay.
Here's the problem. And I put this in track number 2 on my album, Holler, on SoundCloud. Go check it out, right?
Yeah.
I took a media clip and I put it in before the third verse of the song, where she says, where the reporter is talking about policies that were instituted in Puerto Rico, where light-skinned Spanish people wanted to be recognized by the Spanish government as white to be granted opportunities to work. And as Hispanic people, as Latino or Latinas in America, we have a fucking problem where when you look at it's the most disgusting thing was looking at how many Latinx people voted for Trump, and that none of them were voting for Trump in hopes that it would swing all the way left and then swing all the way right, like my man like Fred over here.
I didn't vote for Trump, though.
He did not vote for Trump. He did not vote for Trump.
I almost did, but.
Yeah. Because he wanted the pendulum to swing all the way over here.
I was trying to be a Rothschild.
He thought he was 4 steps ahead.
Yeah.
I don't want to do Rothschilds because then we got to talk about Stephen and Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
Latin people, Hispanic people are racist. That is a fact.
Yeah.
And we need to understand that. So when we're canceling that dude, you need to go home and look at how many Hispanic people you know who were happy that Trump got elected, because we all know one or two.
Right.
We're happy that Trump got elected and are still cool with Trump no matter what was happening. We're standing by him. This dude represents all of them. Or we had to cancel all of them too. You feel me? Because the racist Hispanic person exists, man. Like, that's like a fucking thing. So you're going to cancel Goya, put people out of work, and not cancel the people that are adjacent to you who are fucking racist, who are white supremacists, who want to be white supremacists. You feel me? Like, the Hispanic white supremacists exist in this country because why? The reason I said on the Black Lives Matter podcast, it's easier for me to identify as white. People have thought I was white for so many times.
Yeah.
It would be so much easier for my life if I just identified as white all the time. That's why people identify with white supremacists. And then you have the Hispanics that come to this country who make 60 grand a year and think they've made it, right? So they don't think white supremacy exists. They don't think that racism exists because I make $60,000 a year. What are you talking about? I made it. And it's like, no, you didn't make it. You feel me? You made it to a point where they need you to make it. That's exactly what they want from you. You know what I mean? So those are the people that you need to look at. I understand. If you want to cancel Goya, go right ahead. I wouldn't shame you for doing it or saying you shouldn't do it. If you don't feel comfortable buying Goya products because of that dude's comments, I'm not mad at you for it. But just understand, if you put Goya out of business, you're putting out thousands and thousands of people out of work. You know what I mean? Because of one asshole.
Yeah. So then the thing is, you're right. So the thing is, I guess when you think about it, okay, he said, I'm even trying to look for his quote. I can't even see what it says. You know, even if he was like, okay, I think he just said, you know, he just praised them for, he said, we are truly blessed to have a leader like President Trump. Unanue was making remarks at press on that on something called the White House Hispanic Prosperity Initiative in front of a gathering of a dwindling number of Hispanic Trump supporters. So he said that, right? What is this White House Hispanic Prosperity Initiative? Okay. All right, let's dig deeper, right? It says the purpose is the success of Hispanic Americans as interval to blah blah. So I got it. What is this? To develop a network of organizations, private sector initiatives, monitor development, implementation. So basically, he's there to talk about this initiative in lifting up the Hispanic community, right? And I'm assuming he has some part. I have to look in this. So he's basically there to, you know, talk about this initiative that's supposed to help Latinos across the country, right? And he said that line, and that's why we're going to cancel him.
Yeah, here's the thing, though, to now debate you.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck that he's there for that.
Right.
Because there are kids in cages outside of Texas and all across this border that are not going to be affected by this initiative.
Right.
Right? Puerto Rico was crushed by a hurricane, and half of that place still doesn't have power, doesn't have clean water.
Right.
They're not going to be affected by this initiative, right?
How not?
Because
they're Americans.
Come on. How many white people have told you to go back to your own country when you said they were Puerto Rican?
Oh yeah, no, I get you.
But that's my point. How can you uplift for 3 years, Puerto Rico hasn't been uplifted. That island is still crushed.
But the thing is, but the thing is, here's the thing. It's never been uplifted. If we talk about ever since the dawn of time, it's never been uplifted.
So what do you think this initiative is going to do for Puerto Rico? If we look at history.
No, it's not about Puerto Rico. It would be about the people. So the people, if depending on this, I'm not saying that this is something that's not just optics.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we don't know. We're talking about stuff we don't know about.
Yeah, but
so many people talk about like, the thing is, to me, I hold my tongue because I hear people talking about stuff that they don't even know what they're talking about.
But
because they're only going to hear the bad, right? So with the organizations I work with, they're doing a ton of stuff, immigration, all that stuff. And guess what? You know what? A lot of that was due to getting Bush to allow money to go to faith-based nonprofits, right? Now, some people are going to find, of course, you're going to find the bad. Of course, you're going to find the ones that, like, look, these people hate gays and they treat them like crap or whatever. Okay, you're going to find those, but that's the ones you're going to hear about. You're not going to hear about
the ones that are doing good.
Of course. Because the thing is, you don't know. You're not going to know. No one's going to do their homework on this. So if the thing is, we're going to assume that since Trump is tied to this, and look, I don't like Trump. But the thing is, if this is something that no one even brought this up.
Here's the thing.
No one even brought it up.
Of course, people have brought it up.
All we're hearing.
I got you.
Yeah. They didn't even they're not. The whole thing is about what this guy said, Goya. No one is even bringing up this whole thing.
The whole point.
I didn't even know what he was there for. Like, I thought, I didn't know what he was talking about. But of course, this is not news.
But here's the thing.
This would not be news because the thing is, this is something that's positive that's going to help. And the thing is, look, it has to deal with Trump. But the thing is, if look, like, people are going to probably kill me for this or whatever, but this is something that if it keeps going and it will move on. You would assume past, like, to the next administration, if this is something that has been started, right? There's a lot of things that you start, there's things that we still use from the Bush administration, from the Clinton administration, those are all things. So if this is something that's still going, right, but nobody talks about it, you're right. We're more concerned that he said something about Trump than, oh, hey, how is this initiative going to help? You know why? Because nobody cares. Nobody cares about how, because first it's linked to Trump, but guess what? Nobody cares about how they're going to help the Hispanic community.
Or everyone sees this as just a ploy to grab voters in an election year.
It could.
Because saying you don't know what this is going to do, maybe it could be good, to me is the equivalent of someone who said, well, I'm going to vote for Trump because I don't agree with Hillary or something like that. Because they didn't know how bad it was going to be. When I was sitting there looking like, no, this guy's a white supremacist, please don't vote for him, right? It was very clear at that time. I know what it's going to do. And it's not anything. Because whether, let's say this Hispanic initiative gives millions of dollars to Hispanic people trying to start businesses.
Right.
Okay, that would be a good thing. But if that happens and you still have Mexican kids in cages who can't be reunited with their parents, and I hate saying kids in cages because that's a buzzword. You know what I mean? That people love to say, and I hate saying it, but it's a thing that's real. I mean, these kids are in internment camps.
Right.
You know what I mean? That they can't fucking shower. They don't have toilets. They don't have beds. They haven't seen their parents. Right. Some of these kids are dying. Some of their parents are dead already. They'll never see their parents again. Some of these kids or parents were parents who fled drug wars. Yeah. Right? To come to the United States because they were being threatened, ended up back there and are now dead. And who knows, right? So if I give $100 million to the Hispanic community here in America, which is a community, mind you, consisting of people that have voted for Trump. Right. But I don't fix these kids down at the border. I don't go fix Puerto Rico. We don't even care that South America has been destabilized a lot by America, not completely by America. Right. Some of that shit is just crazy, but a lot of it is destabilized by America. If we don't care about any of that, how can we care about this? If we don't care that nothing is changing.
Yeah, but you know what? We didn't even look at it.
No, but my point is, what do you think the ceiling is that's going to make you okay with it?
Right. Yeah.
Because the problem here is what we're talking about is the Hispanic community. Now let's talk
because I can, you know what? Because I could separate it. Because
no, but
I could be like, because the thing is, I could be like, okay, that's good. And kids in cages isn't bad. We still need to fix that. I can't say, oh, because this doesn't help the kids in cages, I'm going to be like,
you should be.
No, because
I think you should be. What is the pressing issue?
All these things are pressing issues.
No, because this is an initiative. What is an initiative? What does that word mean? It means I'm going to take the initiative to address something that is not necessarily a problem yet. I'm going to go step out of my way to address this. No, these kids are dying in cages. That is a pressing issue today, not tomorrow. We don't need an initiative for it. That needs to be addressed.
No, these are what I'm looking at. These are all, they're trying to address problems within the Hispanic community.
But they're not, because the kids in cages are the Hispanic community. That's the Hispanic community.
No. So it's two different things. But
it's two different Hispanic communities.
Exactly. You're talking about the citizens of the U.S. and then that's an issue. The thing is, both are bad. Both. Yeah. I mean, no. This is good. One thing that is still bad within its own right and needs to be addressed.
Yeah, but I don't think it's good enough for us to say, well, this could be good and this is still bad. I think
that's the problem.
Where this Goya guy fucks up at,
right,
is I don't even think you should show up to that. Right. You don't show up to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When there's all of this happening, you don't show up to that. You know what I mean? That's how I feel.
Right. So the thing is, here's the problem. Here's the issue with that thinking.
You're gonna go with the outreach thing. Go ahead.
No. What I'm saying is, and again, like I said, I don't like Trump. I don't think he's a good president, blah, blah, blah.
Or a good person.
However, things still need to get done. Mm-hmm. Right? There's still people who are not getting the education. These are all, we have a million issues in this country. This thing right here, like the Hispanic community has tons of issues. And guess what? Even the Hispanic community that's illegal has these issues and would probably benefit from things like this, right? So the thing is, you had that, like, I think the problem is like, this guy's in office, now we can't get nothing done, right? Or everything is going to be the thing for optics or whatever.
Yeah.
Guess what? We still got to do the work. The White House, even as our government, I feel it's the most useless thing. Yeah. The most useless business I've ever heard.
Yeah.
They're both of them are the worst.
Yeah.
Both. I don't even understand the two-party thing. Like, I still don't get, I can't, whatever.
Yeah.
So I think for me, the thing is, I see like something like this. I see something like this where, okay, this is a good thing, okay, all right, whatever. It's made for election cycle, but it has to get done. That needs to get done anyway.
Yeah.
Right? Just like, you can't say, oh, we're going to do all this stuff for Black lives, for Black communities, but, oh, there's still kids in cages. No, you still got to do the things for kids community now, today, yesterday. The kids in cages, get them out. Like, what I don't see what the problem is. The problem is that our government's horrendous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And guess what? Those things, people have been in cages.
For sure. You're right.
People have been in cages before Trump.
Correct.
Like, this is and I don't, the thing is, I think what people, you have Democrats and Republicans, and then you have like other people who are like, y'all don't work. Like, y'all, it doesn't matter. Like, people, like, you'll hear Republicans, well, when Obama, I don't care. If Obama did it, like, you act like I'm on a team, like I'm the Obama, like, like, no, Obama probably did things that were, not good or whatever. But granted, we feel like one man should be in charge of an entire country of different cultures, different races, different needs. Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But either way, that's wrong. Like, kids in cages, so we press them on that, so, and I get it. When you look at it, but no one's going to talk about this, right? Because they don't care, right?
Well, I think rightfully so, but I think so to help sum up what you just said.
Yeah.
Which I think because I think you're more of a micro. You're looking at the micro economic solution, right? The when I walk out of my door today, right, and I see that my community is fucked up, and I see that this initiative here maybe could help my community right now.
Right.
You're saying that that could be a good thing, and what I'm saying is, fuck your community for a second. Like, none of this should happen, right? It's just two different sides of this thing.
The thing is, here's the thing, the clock is running, right? So, and what happens is Trump has been in office for 4 years, right? Yeah. Either way, you need to work with the government. You have to, there's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. You got to be doing this work.
Yeah, unless we're overthrowing them tomorrow.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, and then good luck. Good luck.
Correct.
Thinking that you're gonna know everything, how to fix everything.
Yeah,
because obviously it's very difficult.
Or it's easy, but they didn't want to do it.
Right.
You know, who knows, right?
Right, exactly. So this could have been something. You know, I don't know anything about it, and you know, maybe this is like this. You know, I have to look deeper into it. I think that the issue is that, first of all, nobody would have listened to this thing, right? Because nobody cared.
Yeah.
Right, but then they found, Spanish guy likes Trump. Let's put it on CNN. We know. Yeah. Let's give him the fodder.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's just the thing is, instead of talking about what are this initiative, and having people like comment and say, hey, you know, these are good. The thing is, the problem is now, I think people are beyond working with Trump.
Correct.
Or the administration.
For sure.
So they're like, all right, we're just going to hold off.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, and I guess from my point of view is like, that don't make sense to me, because people are still hurting now.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it doesn't mean that, and that's a problem, because people will connect that with, you don't care about the kids in cages. No, that's wrong too. Let's get them out of cages too. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's do that. We act like we can't do things at the same time.
Yeah.
We literally have people who there's different nonprofits, there's different organizations, and they all got lanes.
Yeah.
Find people, they have their lane. You know what I mean? It's just, I guess that's my thing. I know with Trump, it's just, it's like beyond. Right now, like the hate for him it's beyond. So like anything that he is gonna do, you know, it's not gonna be looked, because of what he says, what he has done, and the thing is, the government is bigger than Trump, and we fail to realize that, right? Why are, you know, like, look, you've had the same councilman in your neighborhood, you know, for the past 3 decades, right? You know, I think in Albany, the guy's name is Cohen. Like, I never met the dude. I never seen him anywhere, you know, but he just always gets reelected.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, do I know anything he's done? But guess what? A lot of what he does affects us.
For sure.
Right. But we don't know, because we think it's all about this guy. Like, the government is a big machine. It's a big thing. You still got to get things done.
Yeah.
And guess what? They're still getting. We get government money to get these things in the. It's not like all of a sudden Trump is like stopping. People in the, like I do stuff with Hunting Park United. They're doing all these great initiatives, like, all these cool things that are like from government grants and all that. Like, it's got to get done. You don't like don't vote for him, and you should, if you didn't vote, you should vote next time. Get him out. But it's just, I guess that's the point. Like, that became the story. Right. And now people want to show themselves throwing away Goya. Right. Instead of being like, oh, what's this? Really looking into it. Maybe this is a bad thing. How they doing it. But nobody cares. Nobody cares about that.
That's a fair point. Listen, you bring up some good points. I see. The thing is, I get the fear. I know the fear, because I think, especially with seeing how the virus was treated, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of hope that people who are not Trump supporters would get help that they needed. Right? I think that's a real fear.
Say that again?
that the way that the coronavirus was treated, that people who were not Trump supporters were not going to get the help they needed. I think that's a real fair. Like liberal areas did not get a lot of the support they needed during the virus, while it seemed like conservative areas were. You know what I mean? And that just was a thing that happened, and it seems like, well, that just seems like that's a thing that's going to happen again. So I think people are scared, rightfully. That's like, this is empty. It's another empty promise or another empty anything. Just it's not a real gesture. And this dude is being paraded to shuck and jive to rally other Hispanics around him, and that's why people want to cancel him. So I get it. Yeah. I understand your point. You bring up a good argument. Yeah. You know what I mean? Your argument is good, and I think it's a good sign that people should consider. Yeah, you know what? This guy's a piece of shit. Yeah. If this is a thing that can help us, we do need the help, and we can still use it and get this cocksucker out of office.
Yeah, later. You still got to work with a caca sandwich.
Yeah, a caca sandwich.
You know what I mean?
So I think that's fair. My point. It's fair. It's a fair point. Take this money, get him out of office. We need the kids out of cages. We need all this done. Yeah. Get this cocksucker out of office, but we still need this.
I mean, there's a piece that talks about education.
Correct.
Right.
So and that's the thing that hits your heart. You know?
It
hits all of our hearts.
We're talking about it. We're saying all them. There's 1,000 memes that I see every day. Oh, well, we could defund police. I mean, imagine, like it's all true. It's all true. This is saying, oh, we're gonna put, put more emphasis or whatever that means, economic opportunities. Do things for education. Those are all things that we said we needed. Yeah. In our communities, right? Yeah. How he does it, I don't know. But guess what? That's not part of the conversation. It's about a guy saying that he liked Trump. Correct. Yeah. That he shouted out Trump, and this is not part of the conversation, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think that's where one of the things I'm getting really extremely frustrated with the media is that this is what they're TMZ. Yeah. They're freaking TMZ. Right, they know that because guess what? They know people don't care about that.
They're more subtle. They're more subtle than TMZ. Yeah.
Think about it. The memes already coming out of the Goya thing, right? Yeah. We're laughing about it. We're blah 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 blah, but we're not like this is the hard stuff. Looking into all this, what this initiative and how they're going to do it. Yeah. Do the homework on that, right? But no, TMZ. CNN. All these people are going to talk about. Fox is going to say how they're overreacting, how people who are boycotting are overreacting, but then they have that same energy when people are boycotting Nike. They're doing all, and then CNN knows how to trigger everybody to get, their panties in a bunch instead of giving us the real thing. So now we're going to have 4 or 5 people on the screen complaining about Trump. Yeah. Complaining about, what this guy, how this is hurtful. Which there is going to be truth, but there's going to be nothing gets solved. Nothing gets solved. We're not going to be let into know the real information.
Yeah, it's the same news cycle.
And then one of the things that really bugged me is like there's this like I have to call it.
Won't catch me slipping if I'm actually thinking you're acting different. Manic spitting sounds of manic depressing going through